How to program the hero's actions, sprites. To create our story, we need to schedule the actions of our hero or other characters, who can hide and show themselves in the stage, move left, right, up or down and jump, express themselves, say something and make sounds. To hide the sprite from the beginning, 1. In the coding section, click on Events and drag the when green flag clicked block to the coding area. Click on Looks and add under the previous one the block hide. If we don't want to hide it right away, we can click on Control and drag under the others the block wait for 1 second by typing in the desired number of seconds in the window, for example 2. Repeat the action for all characters involved in the story if they do not have to appear in the stage right away. At first, they could all stay hidden behind the scenes and appear in the stage and disappear only when needed, based on appropriate messages. To show one or more characters in the story, we can use the message function without the need to repeat the command for each sprite. 2. In the coding section, click on Events and drag the broadcast block into the coding area, placing it below wait 2 seconds or the last block set. Type the text of the message, for example start content. Click on Events, drag the When I Receive a Message block and place it detached from the first block of commands. Select from the drop-down menu the message set, e.g., Start Content. Click on Look and drag the Show block. Click on the green flag and the characters in our story will disappear and then reappear after 2 seconds if we have set this block, or in any case after receiving the message. Now let's move on to programming our character's motion. 1. Click on Motion and flag the buttons X position, Y position, Direction to display the position of the sprite on the Cartesian plane. 2. Under the command When I Receive Start Content, enter the following blocks to position the character in the center of the stage. Click on Motion and drag the block Set Rotation Style Left-Right. Drag the Point in Direction 90 block to position the character horizontally. Click on Looks and add the Switch Costume block. Choosing Costume 1 from the drop-down menu to keep the sprite from flipping over. Add the Set X to 0. And set Y to 0 blocks to place the sprite in the center. Click on Looks and drag the Show block. We can consider this procedure as a kind of initialization of the character's position. To make the sprite move right, left, up and down 10 steps, add the following block cycle. To make the character move to the right, in Control and drag the block forever. Add inside the block if. Click in Sensing and drag the block key pressed, and insert in if, selecting right arrow from the drop-down menu. Add the Switch Costume block by choosing from the drop-down menu Costume 1 to not have the sprite flip over. In Motion, drag the Move 10 Steps block. The number of steps can be changed. Duplicate the blocks for times, as many as the types of moves the character has to make. Insert all the blocks inside the forever loop. To make the character move to the left, change the key pressed block by selecting left arrow from the drop-down menu. Click in the Point in Direction block and place the dial at -90. To make the character move vertically upward, change the key pressed block by selecting up arrow from the drop-down menu. Click in the Point in Direction block and move the dial to 0. To make the character move vertically downward, change the key pressed block by selecting down arrow from the drop-down menu. Click in the Point in Direction block and move the dial 180. To return the character to the center, change the key pressed block by selecting space from the drop-down menu. Click in the Point in Direction block and move the dial to 90. Replace the Move 10 Steps block with the Set X to 0 and Set Y to 0 commands, as shown in the initialization procedure. To make the character jump, duplicate the set of blocks inserted inside if. Reposition both within the forever loop block. Edit the key pressed block by selecting S from the drop-down menu. Click in the point in direction block and move the dial to 0. In Emotion, delete the Move 10 steps block and replace with Change Y by and enter the value 50 to make it move upward. In Control, drag and add the block. Wait 1 second and enter the value 0.2 seconds. Enter the block Change Y by and enter the value -50 to make it move back to the starting point. Changing the value of the Y by all the times in seconds will make it jump higher or slower. To make the character speak and make sounds, in the coding section click on Events and drag the When Green Flag clicked block to the coding area. Click on Looks and add under the previous one the block Hide. Click on Control and drag under the others the block Wait for 1 second by typing the number 2 in the window. In Events, drag the Broadcast block to the coding area and enter the message Start Content, or another message programmed for that character, e.g., talk_kitten_1. Enter a new coding block. In that event section, drag When I Receive and choose Start Content, or the message set. In Look, drag Say and enter the message you want the character to say. For example, Start, and decide the duration. In our case, 3 seconds. In the Sounds section, take the Start Sound block and choose from those in the drop-down menu, for example meow, or a sound recorded before. Add the Broadcast block and type End Content, or a programmed message based on the story. Enter the last code block, When I Receive, and choose End Content. Add Wait 1 second and customize the duration. Add Hide to return to the initial condition of hidden characters. Between the Start Content and End Content messages, depending on the story, you can enter as many messages as you need. Each message will be answered by the character concerned to play its part in the scene.